English dictionary. A verb is a word that describes the action, condition, or experiences of something that shows the activity of the subject in a sentence. Example of a verb that describes an action. She plays in the backyard with her sister. Example of verbs that describe the condition. He feels empty. In English, we know grammar, which is usually identified with time zone differences. Starting from the present, past, and future. In this case, the verb also changes in every condition. Each verb usually has three forms: verb 1, verb 2, and verb 3. The larger the number, the more past tense the verb itself is. Not only verbs 1, 2, and 3. There is also verb ing, which is used to describe an action that is being carried out at the same time. Verb 1. Present. The first form of the verb is called verb 1 or present. This verb is an infinitive verb that is usually used in the simple present tense. The form of this verb is the same as the original verb, but always ends in s, es, or ies for the third person singular subject: he, she, it. Example: sleep and sleeps, go, goes, study, studies. Verb 2. Fast. The second form of the verb is called verb 2 or fast. This verb is usually used in simple past tense sentence. The second form of the verb is used when an action or action that has been done is past or fast. This is indicated by the time information such as last night, yesterday, 3 years ago, and so on. Usually, the second form of the verb is added, d, or ed from the first verb, but it can also change the form with a different letter. Therefore, the second verb usually becomes two words that only add d or ed are called regular verbs, while the change of letters in the verb is referred to as an irregular verb. Example of regular verbs: call, called, smoke, smokes. Example of irregular verbs: began, take, took. Verb 3. Past participle. Actually, verb 2 and verb 3 are almost the same. In fact, many verbs have the exact same word with both forms. The third form of verb 3 or past participle, used in perfect tense or passive voice sentence. Similar to verb 2, verb 3 is also divided into two, namely regular verb and irregular verbs. Example of regular verb: study, studied, studied, work, worked, worked. Example of irregular verbs: go, went, gone, speak, spoke, spoke. Verb ing is used in continuous tenses sentences that are currently ongoing. In each use, this verb form is preceded by an auxiliary verb with to be, is, am, are words were. Example: sing, singing, flee, fleeing, smoke, smoking. In English, verbs are divided into three, namely action verbs, modal verbs, and auxiliary verbs. Action verbs, verbs that express an action or procession. Example: Andrew gave Randy the ballpoint. Modal verbs, also called helping verbs. Verbs used before action are auxiliary verbs to clarify or provide additional information about a possibility or a verb of time. Example: Celia is going to New York. Auxiliary verbs, also called linking verbs. This verb is used to connect a subject with a noun or adjective that describe the subject. Example: we are your new neighbors.
I will explain about noun. Okay, let's get started. Noun. Noun is a word class that states the name of a person, place or thing, and everything that is known. Next, the types of nouns include: number one, common noun. Common nouns are nouns that use their natural name absolutely. Example: Sinta has a cat and Jojo has a dog. Number two, proper noun. Proper noun is a common noun that has been given a name, so the mention must be capitalized. Example: I prefer Nick than Adidas. I am a Nick stan. Number three, concrete noun. Concrete nouns are nouns that can be felt by the five senses or are called physical objects. Example: she is the best businesswoman in this town. Number 4. Abstract noun. Abstract noun is a noun that cannot be felt by the five senses. It can only be recited the mean. Example: this is his last will before he is decided. Number 5. Collective noun. Collective noun is a word that represents a group of things. Example: my family goes to Bali Kembang Beach, American English. And my family go to Bali Kembang Beach, British English. And number 6. Count and mass noun. Count is a noun that denotes things that can be counted and that can form a plural. For example, one apple, two apples, and must now are objects that cannot be counted all because they are always treated as a group, volume, mass, or quantity. For example, a bottle of oil, a jar of sugar, and a can of milk.
Adjective is part of the very important part of speech because adjectives are usually used to limit general nouns and pronouns. The following will explain the meaning, types, explains, and function of adjective. Number one, meaning of adjective. Adjektif adalah kata yang berfungsi untuk menjelaskan, menggambarkan, atau membatasi kata ganti pronoun, kata benda noun. Contoh, some beautiful children. Atau kata beautiful adalah adjektif yang menjelaskan kata children, noun. Contoh selanjutnya, she is beautiful. Kata beautiful adalah adjektif yang menjelaskan kata she, pronoun, kata ganti. Dua, function of adjective. Secara garis besar, fungsi adjektif dalam bahasa Inggris adalah sebagai satu, subjective complement, penjelas subjek. Contoh, his idea is brilliant. Dua, objective complement, penjelas objek. Contoh, let's make it possible. 3. Modifier of noun phrase, penjelas noun phrase. Contoh, full scale economic war. 4. Head of adjective phrase, inti adjective phrase. Contoh, completely new. 5. Comparison digress, perbandingan. Contoh, this version is better than the previous one. 3. Types of adjective. Number one, descriptive adjective. Descriptive adjective adalah subjektif yang menjelaskan tentang keadaan noun atau pronoun yang meliputi ukuran, bentuk, warna, bau, rasa, dan sebagainya. Contoh, karakter and quality, kind, friendly, humble, arrogant. Size, small, big, short, long, low, high. Shape, cube, oval, square, triangle, circle. Color, black, white, blue, green, crimson. Contoh, her small round pink face. 2. Limiting adjective. Limiting adjective adalah adjektif yang mempersempit atau membatasi noun dan pronoun tanpa memberikan informasi mengenai keadaan, jenis, dan sebagainya. Limiting adjective dikelompokkan menjadi beberapa bagian, yaitu number one, possessive adjective. Possessive adjective adalah adjektif kepemilikan yang harus diikuti oleh noun. Contoh, your shoes. 2. Possessive proper adjective. Possessive proper adjective adalah kepemilikan yang menggunakan noun sebagai adjektifnya dan tambahkan koma atas dan huruf s. Contoh, the girl's book is on the table. 3. Demonstrative adjective. Demonstrative adjective adalah kata tunjuk yang diikuti oleh noun. Contoh, this house is mine. 4. Artikel adjective. Artikel adjective adalah kata sandang yang diletakkan di depan noun. Contoh, a baseball is round. 5. Exclamatory adjective. Exclamatory adjective adalah adjektif yang digunakan dalam berseru. Contoh, what a bright boy the student is. Betapa pandainya dia.
Okay, now I will explain you the definition and types of adverb. Adverb is a word or set of words that modifies verbs, adjectives, and other adverbs. It tells when, where, and how an action is performed or indicates the quality or degree of the action. Example, Robin is always hungry for success. Adverb clauses and adverb phrases are clauses and phrases that modify the verbs, adjectives, or other adverbs in the sentence. Example, he ran toward the bus until he was tired. Adverb clause. He came carrying his bucket with 2 hands. Adverb phrase. Types of adverbs. Number 1. Conjunctive adverbs. A conjunctive adverbs connects phrases or independent clauses. It provides transitions between ideas and shows relationship. Conjunctive adverbs are also called connectors. Example, we are still confused, however, if the umpires will come. Number 2. Sentence adverbs. A sentence adverb starts the sentence and modifies the whole sentence. Example, hopefully we will win the match. Number 3. Adverbs of time or frequency. When. Adverbs of time or frequency indicate time or frequency of the action in the sentence. They answer the question, when or how frequently is the action performed. Example, I went to school a little late yesterday. Adverbs of place or direction. Where. Adverbs of place or direction that indicate place or direction of the action in the sentence. They answer the question, where is the action performed? Example, I went through the jungle. Number 4. Adverbs of degree. How much. Adverbs that express the importance or degree or level of the action in the sentence are called adverbs of degree. They answer the question, how much is the action performed? Example, I read the newspaper thoroughly. Adverbs of manner. How. Adverbs that express the manner or approach process of the action in the sentence are called adverbs of manner. They answer the question, how is the action performed? Example, Mike is walking slowly.
Okay, I will explain again or conclude about verb, nouns, adjectives, and adverb. The first is verb. A verb is a word that describes an action or an experience that shows the activity or the subject. In a sentence, the verb also shines in every condition. Each verb usually has three forms: one verb, two verb, and three verb. Three is also an inverb, which is used to describe an action that is being carried out at that time. In English, verbs are divided into three, namely action verb, modal verb, and auxiliary verb. The second one is nouns is a class of word that states the name of a person, place, or thing, and everything in the object. The third is adjective. Adjective is part of the very important part of speech because adjectives are usually used to limit general nouns and pronouns. The following will explain the meaning, types, express, and fractions or adjectives. The meaning of adjective is a word that serves to describe or limit pronouns. The last one is a verb is word sense of word that modifies verb, adjectives, and other adverbs. It tells when, where, and how an action is performed or indicates the quality or degree or the action. Many words can be both adverbs and adjectives according to their activity in the sentence.